All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you a lot. And if you want to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. So as you saw by the title, we will be discussing the Reggae Boyz roster for the upcoming games, which is the Haiti and Honduras game. All right, so we're going to go through that. We have to go through what the coach said and also the technical team. Obviously, we were waiting on all of these informations from a while now, so we're just going to go through it because I don't have any other time to fit it in the space, to be honest with you guys. So let me go through the names for you so you can get it going. In goal, you have Andre Blake, which we expected that Jamali Waite, Connor Boyce Clark. So those are the three goalkeepers added. In the defensive department, you have Damian Lowe, Damari Gray, which is a new individual towards the team, Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell, Deshaun Bernard, Dexter Lambakisa, Adrian Mariappa, Greg Lay. That is the defensive lineup. Midfield, Casey General Palmer, Joel Latibodier, Daniel Johnson, Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed to finish it off. Thanks very much, Warren and Kevin, to join the building. Yes, it's still going on, Jeremy and FF, but I've heard enough of what I wanted to hear, Jeremy. So you can go there, stick to that one, and I have to do my piece right here. All right, yes, and the forward line is Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, Damari Gray, Dujan Richards, Corey Burke, Shamar Nicholson, and Ronaldo Cephas. So Cephas is a new inclusion right there. All right, so let me just go through the rest of the information that I have before I can bring in my panel. And how to get to my panel, you just go in the discussion tab and go in post-match in the Discord. How to find the Discord? It is in the description of the video. All right, yes. So the coach, they said their placement, they were satisfied with the placement. So what they did in the Gold Cup, I do agree with that. The tactical, he said we can improve from the tactical side. So keeping the ball possession and stuff, we can definitely improve on that, but it's going to be hard to come. And the importance is to at least qualify, but we should always be aiming to win the competitions. All right, so that is the conversation we're going to start on. I'm going to try and open my panel so people can come in. All right, we're supposed to have Jason Guna already here. All right, so thanks everyone for being here. Massive respect. And this one is going to be a limited one. All right, because as I said, I have a next video that I have to cover, so we have to just go through it. So Jason, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well now, JD. How's everyone doing in the chat? And hope you're having a good day so far.
I've looked at the list. To be honest, I have no big problems with the list. You know, I was waiting to hear how he talks about the additions to the team and why he goes with certain personnels, but he has not gone into that. He tried to go away from that, and I realized this press conference was trying to avoid certain things and just stick at what you want the people to hear, you know, and not necessarily what you normally did from the first ones. So I've seen a difference in how he dealt with the situation as to they deal with the list. So I have no problem.
Yeah,
I have no big problem. Yeah, but for me, I would have made one more substitution, but I am okay with what he did. All right, so I am not going to complain, but I am okay. All right, I will just take it as how it is and just move on. You know.
yeah. I think similar to you, I see no glaring things in the list that makes me upset. I think the players that I really wanted to see, Greg Lee's addition, Casey Palmer and Ronaldo Cephas, those were names that I definitely wanted to see in the list. Um, a little surprised that we didn't make a few more changes in the forward line area. But of course, I think going into this, we always pretty much knew that coming from the Gold Cup, we weren't going to see 9, 10 changes. So, four new faces added to the team. Extremely pleased that Ethan Pinnock will be joining us again because I think he's a key to any success we're going to have moving forward. So yeah, all in all, I'm okay with the team. And as I said, one or two things that I was a bit surprised with, but not to the point where I am upset or anything.
Yeah, I would have definitely
And,
agree right there.
and on the
Yeah, continue.
point of the press conference being different this time around than say in Austria, I did notice that difference. It seemed like they tried to basically control the environment a little better. So only those that they wish to have in the room could really participate. So I noticed that change as well, G.
Yeah, that is one of the changes that I definitely looked at and I'm saying, okay, cool. All right, yes. But Warren says, coach said players here is those who wanted to be here. And I don't think that's the way it came off. I thought that he only said that a few players that they were trying to get. Agents, not even that's the way it was phrased. It was phrased as in some players forced to come here. You understand me? So I think he got all of the players he tried to get. So no one else, no one else rejected to come. Warren, I don't think that was the style. No one else rejected to come. To be honest, I think he was just saying that some of these guys going through transfers and their agents did not want them to come and they forced themselves to come here. That's what I thought he meant because that's what I read. I wrote down Warren. So I don't think he meant others turned down call up. No, because I don't see any others right here that turned down any call up. The Tevan Gray, that's a new addition. Tennessee said, I think it's a good squad. For me, I am okay with the squad as what I've said. Tevan Gray, I have to see way more of him. You understand me? Yes, I have to see way more of him. For Jason, how you look at the Tevan Gray's inclusion? All right, wait until Jason comes. So, who on the list for you?
Oh, JD, sorry, I was muted.
No, man, it's okay.
No,
I'm asking Tevan Gray.
Tavon, yeah, Tavon Gray for me is a player. I remember, I think it was the COVID when COVID was first around. I think it was 2021. You remember when Philadelphia was in the playoffs and like their entire team got COVID? That's the first game I remember watching Tavon Gray play. It was a semi-final game, and then they went on to the final and won. And I remember at the time, just doing a quick search and seeing that he did have Jamaican heritage. And at the time, we hadn't found Dexter yet, or don't believe, and we were kind of struggling in that area. I have been watching him for the past couple of years, and it's a player that I've been thinking we could have, gone to and tried to give a chance before. So I'm happy that he's now committed and coming, and we actually made the call. A lot of times these players want to play for us, but it does not get in the call. So it seems like it was the case with this guy. And finally, he's over the line, and I'm excited to see what he can bring.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Warren says, JD, I know they would not chop and change too many players, but they have changed 4 players. We only name 6 players. That's how we say we only name 6 players. Kevin says, Whisper, Burke, and Boza shouldn't be in the squad. Before we get into that, they said Burke is struggling with an injury, so he could still be replaced. But who is he going to be replaced by? If he's not fully fit, it's gonna be Phillips. So Phillips would be the one on the list. So Jason, based off that, you are okay with that? Like, if Burke is not in it, Phillips would be the one coming in, and let me know in the comment section. What say you on that? What say you guys on that in the chat, guys? In terms of Burke, if Burke is not available.
Yeah, one thing that's a bit surprising on that is, Burke obviously will be coming as a main striker, maybe a wing forward at times, but mainly a striker. And if he's not able to come, he's saying he's going to bring Damari Phillips, who is a midfielder. So my question to him would have been, based on your alternate for your person who might be injured, is it safe to say that you're a little light in midfield? Because clearly the team, if you look at the forward list, there's what, 8 forwards and only 5 midfielders. So I would like for that balance to be a little better. Perhaps to have another midfielder in the main list and sacrifice one of the forwards. And I think he thinks so as well because his alternate would be a midfielder to replace a forward. So, maybe we're still struggling to field midfielders to fill out the squad.
All right. So people talking about the persons that are not on the list. Hector is not on the list, and that's what I said to you guys. He can be sent. They can send him information, but not pick him, just like what they did with Greg Lee the last time. So Greg Lee is in it, and Hector is not in it. But his club registered him as one of the individuals going on international. All right. Yes. No, Hutchinson, don't jump to say Hutchinson is not committed. More likely, I think he was not selected. All right? More likely, keep that option equal as you will say he's not committed. All right? Yes, keep that option open just as you would say he's not committed, as he was not selected as well. All right? Because I have a feeling that he was not selected. You get me? Yes, so don't jump to say that him himself not committed. All right? Yeah. All right. So he should have called Roof. All right. Maybe they believe that Roof is injured and just coming back. But as what Jason said, he was back for a while now, and he's trying to get up to speed. So he's doing enough things that he could be in the squad. Jason,
Yeah,
right?
I think both. Yeah, I think Roof, John Russell, K-Roy Anderson, should all feel like I wouldn't say hard done, but they definitely have a claim to be in the squad. Especially when you look at the midfield numbers, it's 5 midfielders listed, but of course one of them, Latibadier, is really a defender. So in all purposes, it's really 4 midfielders in the squad. So one of Anderson or Russell, in my estimation, probably should have been in the team as well to have those numbers in the midfield.
All right, guys, if you're just coming, please do hit the like button, share, and subscribe. All right? Yeah, man. I'm going to go through the list again because persons just coming in saying they want the list. So goalkeepers are the goalkeepers that we talked about. Andre Blake, Jamali Waite, and Connor Boyce Clark. All 3 of them, people said that performing well. So I think nobody has problems with those guys. In the defenders department, you have Damian Lowe, Tavan Gray, which is a new inclusion, Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell, Dishan Bernard, Dexter Lambakisa, Adrian Mariappa, and Greg Lee. Greg Lee added to the team. So you have Tavan in and Greg Lee in as well. And you have Taxi out and Brown out. So Brown is out. All right. In midfield, you have Casey Palmer in. Casey Palmer came already, but never got to really represent Jamaica. But he's a serious talented player, and he's in one of the best midfield forms as well for a while. But injuries kind of plagued him at the same time. You have Latibadier, Daniel Johnson, Kevin Lambert, and Bobby Reed in the midfield. So you have Casey Palmer added to the squad. And in the forward line, you have Mikel Antonio, Leon Bailey, Damari Gray, Dujan Richards, Corey Burke, Shamar Nicholson, Ronaldo Cephas. So Cephas added to it. All right. So Cephas, Casey Palmer, Greg Lee, and Tavan Gray added to it. All right. Yeah, man. So that is the ones that added to it. Let me take the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Ian says, float management says, why not Ravel? Why Phillips to come run up and down? So you're not pleased with Phillips as the backup for Burke, which I would agree with you as well. Ian says, I would have to see Roof, Russell, and Anderson in the squad given their club form. That is true. Shamsik said, Whisper Bowser Burke shouldn't be in the squad. I think a lot of you people said the same thing, included myself. You understand me? Yes, because I think even Burke would have been over Whisper and Bowser, to be honest, based on what they are actually doing. They are not doing anything. You get me? So I'm really struggling. But he gave his information as to how he picks his team. And yeah, it kind of changed big time from the last time what he said. You understand me? Yes. So I've got my answer, how it goes. You get me? Yes. He's picking his team, and we have to support him. But just as how we can support him, we supposed to can talk and talk strong as well. You agree on that, Jason, or not? Let me know, because I have some more comments to go through. Because the comments filling up
Yeah,
at this point.
no, for sure. As long as there's no disrespectful things being said, of course everything needs to be looked at and scrutinized. That is why we are fans of the team and analysts of the team and things of that nature. So this is par for the course. If you're an international coach or any coach, everything you do will be scrutinized. It's a part of it. It's a part of the game.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Travis says, I would love to see informed players. Maggie etc. Maggie is not informed, Travis. So that is not a good comparison. You can't play one damn game and then all of a sudden you're informed. No, man. No, Travis, no. Sheridan said he's going to play people out of position. Float management said, is Pinnock in? Yes, he's in the list. Pinnock is in the list. Kevin Reed said, my defender would be Pinnock, Bernard, Latibodier, and Dexter, Wes Arden, Bell, and Gray. All right, thank you, Kevin. Island Card said, JD, can you read it out as well? Ray Davis said, Simon selected the squad. That's why Mariapa is still in it. So Ray Davis is not happy about Mariapa's inclusion. A lot of people upset. All right, so Paris put on the shelf, but I said that the last time. Look how 2 people out of the 3 that you guys are complaining to get dropped will be in the squad, and then 1 will be out of the squad, and nobody will complain so much. All right, and that is the hypocrisy that we live by. All right, when all of them not playing, 1 is worse than the rest of the 2. You get me? Yes. Island Card says, JD, what is your take on the midfield? Do you think they will have the same problem as the Gold Cup? We are going to get right into that because he said something that he want to emulate what the Girlz did. So to build from the back, strong to come up. What are your take on that, Jason? Saying that we have to start from a solid defense to build from that. So obviously in the future he knows and he heard the cry of possession-based football, but at this point you have to start from trying to be solid in defense.
Yeah, I think in a way it's a contradiction some of the things he said because he did say that they want to improve the ball retention, the ball possession, but then he said that he wanted to kind of use some of the blueprint of the female team as well, which we know was mainly based on counter-attacking and defending. So, I'm just interested to see like which one of the 2 he's going to lean more towards. Is it going to be more emphasis on ball possession or just more emphasis on just being sure and sound defensively, and we just break on teams and don't really put that much emphasis on keeping the ball. So, that's the thing that's confusing to me because he said at one point that he wanted to improve that aspect, but then said that he also, want to emulate what the Girlz were doing, which, for as far as they reached, I don't think any of the Jamaica fans were saying that it was like, the best brand of football being displayed. So I'm just trying to see which one and which way he's going to lean more towards.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Right, Shamar and Burke is not doing well. The coach should get a more younger and better striker like Ainsworth. All right, best know yourself, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right, Travis said Whisper should not have made this team, and he's not playing. I do agree, and he's not playing, and he was one of the individuals that I think would have made the team based off those favoritism, just like the others that not playing. And what you have as persons that's playing. I am just hoping that people keep it strong together and wait until their turn. But I know a lot of them will get turned off based off the corruption in the selection. All right. Omar Folin said the coach is forced to pick Whisper every time. I don't know about that. I think he wants to do what he wants to do. So you support him, but no one should come on these platforms because you have some little parrots that come on these platforms telling you what you should not do and how you should conduct yourself as if like they made YouTube when we make YouTube. It's ridiculous, Yes, so it's like they have their security shields so you can't talk when reality is there. At least the guy himself realized that what we're saying is true. Keeping possession and doing certain things is reality. You know, so hopefully we can see the intention, so we can chop it up and see that we have somewhere going in the future. Rich Carnaval just said, remember, Whisper is being prepared by the best in the world in Craig Butler. Beat in the business. Well, I don't know, maybe the best in Jamaica. I don't know about the best in the world. Nicholas shouldn't be there. All right, massive respect. Yeah, man. And then Badger said, Whisper and any 10. Big ups. So Float Management says, so Ravel not in because he's getting old and not playing. Yes. Unruly, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Said, blessings, JD and the chat. Never get to see the squad. Hopefully you drop the list. Yeah, we're gonna put the list in the community tab right now. Yes, but because we started, we have to just give our take on it. All right. Ricardo Badger said, "Come Like Whisper name was the first on the list," and then Truth says the starting 11, JD. We can't give it a starting 11 because we don't know nothing what this man doing. All right, we have to just wait and hear what he has to say and talk about what he has to say rather than the starting 11. You get me? Yes, because he's talking more like he wants to be solidified in defense, but yet still I don't see those people to do that job. You know? Yes. So I'm hoping to see it. To be honest. No Hutchinson, as I've said, for the Hutchinson case, I tell you, don't listen to the propagandists them that try to sell narrative as if people turn down calls and stuff. I think a majority of these people, that is what the coach wants in the team. I've listened to him, and that is pretty much what he said. Who he wants in the team, that's who is in the team. So some of these guys, don't jump to listen to them and say that the guys them turn down the calls, because majority of the times it's not like that. He wants who he wants in his team, and hopefully they do repay him. But hopefully if they don't repay him, he can have the balls to change them. That is what I want to see. All right, Ray Davis says Damian Lowe has to be selected because he was born in Jamaica and grew up at JFF headquarters. Passion, but he has no balls. Okay, good lord. All right. Island Card said, JD, if Grim going to play like how the girls play at the World Cup, that mean they are not going to score goals. All right, big boss. So yes, Jason. So let me move to the positive side. What do you guys like? Yes, Bernard is in the team. All right, what do you guys like? So we heard everyone's hunger. All right, yes, and who you don't want in the team. And I agree with you on some of the players them. But let me know some positives of it as well. All right.
So
go ahead, Jason.
First positive right off the bat. From the Gold Cup squad,
I'm posting a list in the description, in the community tab and on my socials, so it will be there. Go ahead, Jason.
All right, cool. Yeah, no. Biggest thing that jumped out to me as a positive in the Gold Cup, we had some additions that came and did really well. Namely Deshaun Bernard, and Damari Gray. I thought as additions to the squad, they really put in a good shift in the Gold Cup. And I'm just thankful that they came back in. And also, I said it at the beginning when I first started, Ethan Pinnock, you know, for all the things that he's already done for Jamaica, coming to play qualifiers for us and everything, there was still an inkling after what happened with him at the Gold Cup that he's not committed and all this foolishness. So I'm just glad that we can put that to bed. He's in the squad, he'll be coming, he'll be playing these 2 matches with us, and hopefully it's the last time we have to even hear anybody mention that, because again, I always say, when these players come over to play for us, the minute that they come and they actually enter the field of play with the jersey on, that is enough for me. There's nothing else they have to do to prove to me, because none of them have to come and play. None of them.
Facts. I do agree with that. Leslie said, I'm now convinced something not right with Hutchinson. Leslie, I don't like that, because the man tell you out of him mouth who him select. And I honestly believe them man are not selecting a lot of the players them and leave you guys and some of the other mans them in a Jamaica that run propaganda for push them players them in the team for make lies up on the players them. And a lot of the times them the players them committed to the cause. Hutchinson send players to come and play for Jamaica. So why would he not want to play for Jamaica? Come on, man. They never selected the damn man because they have their people that they want to select. So what just investigate now before you jump. Someone need to blame the coach for these things before jumping to say the youth them not committed. As I'm telling you, man. All right, so let me. Yes, the discard is open, Mr. Drew Ross. All right. Yeah, man. Just join. I posted the squad in the community tab, and I'm putting it in the Discord and everywhere, so everybody can see it. All places. All right. Yeah, man. As you come in, smash the like button and leave your thoughts, because remember we are here to talk hard talks. You know. You get me? But I don't understand. Oh, you can quick to say something is wrong with Hutchinson, and you don't know if he picks him, because he's telling you that he picks these mans and he never wanted to make much changes, and he had to make much changes, the few changes. That guy is better than all the other players, so why not use him? Because Leslie, I am telling you, the way these people do things in Jamaica, the Football Federation, it's not normal, Leslie. I'm telling you. And I'm going to get to the truth. Just give me a week and a half, Leslie, and I will bring this truth to you. And I'm more than likely, I'm going to tell you that he was not selected. More than likely, and I'm going to come and prove to you that he was not selected. Just watch. Just watch. Because the man said it out of his mouth. He does not want to make certain changes. I'm going to drop the link for the Discord. Give me a second so people can come in and give their take, all right? Yeah, so Leslie, it is how it goes, man. It's how it goes. So this time it's not about who playing football or anything. It's about he doesn't want to make certain changes, but which we expected that he needs to come off that mold. So I am just watching it from this point, but I don't want people to come and say others are not committed, because that is not true, because he never said anything like that. Before, previous time, he said he talked to Omar Hutchinson and he was busy. This time he never said that. He never said that. Yes. The coach is two-sided and not a man of him word. I tend to believe that of this one, but I will give him an opportunity for the next after these matches. Then after, I will see how he does things, because remember, it's a small sample size for me to fully judge him. All right, so go ahead, Juras, because you will get angry and say nobody know what to talk and stuff. So go ahead. Hope you're having a good day and you're not barbecuing. All right.
Let the past be the past. What's up, JD? Or going, Jason?
We are
In
here
terms,
fighting to protect the rights of the key players. Yes, that was not in the team.
no, I wanted to ask a question with just what you just said, just now. In terms of, you said, somebody asked a question if the coach is two-sided or two-mouth. What exactly
Yes.
were you referring to?
No, because the last time his exclusion of players was based off they are not performing, they don't have a club, they are not playing football. And the only thing he added on it, okay, when I'm going to pick a young player, I'm going to pick a player with those conditions, it's because he's young. And then this time now, you have young players performing and they weren't selected. But they are performing, so they fit all the criteria of what he stated the last time. And now it changes. He's not going to make too much changes this time now. So he does not even attempt the same statements that he made the last time, Drew. That is evidently clear. That is not even something to argue with. He just comes with a different argument. So people saying that he's too mouthy because he came off the reason why and how he's going to do his thing going on. You can't tell people that this is how I'm going to do my thing going on. And then the next, not even two cycles down, the next cycle, your way of doing things is different. So I guess it's either it's either you are not going to know, you're alone not doing things, and you have to consult others or something. That's what it will leave to the fans listening in, Juras. And I agree with them.
Yeah,
So
JD, I think with the whole, I think with him changing the narrative to Drew, it had something to do with the fact that when he made the statement before the World Cup and then put Whisper on the team, I don't think that he thought that anyone would have an issue with Whisper being on the team. I don't know why he would think that. But I really and honestly believe that he thought because of the the hype and the vibes surrounding the player that
The
everybody would
fanfare
just be
with
happy.
Whisper, yeah.
Yes, everybody would just be happy. And then when it came with a little backlash, because they said, well, if you can pick Whisper who not playing, why you can't pick Ravel who not playing? He had to then realize that he can't use that as in thing to pick Whisper again. So that's why he changed now to not even bring up that in his statement because he know that Whisper is going to be in the team.
So
Well,
you
I
have,
guess it's safe
go
to
ahead,
say
Girlz.
that. I guess it's safe to say that Whisper is the Harry Maguire of Jamaica. No, not against Whisper, and I'm not. Well, so I'm a KC old boy.
No
I'm
man,
just
no man.
saying that,
We always
you
talk.
know,
We always talk
you-
positive of the kid, man, and we have no problem with that.
yeah,
And we just
yeah,
arguing on the point of the fan. We actually ask the question, and so we don't want people
yeah,
to come in and think that we are going against the youth. All right.
yeah, and that's understandable for people to ask questions. Even the question about Omari,
Mm-hmm.
JD, I understand your point, but you have to understand people's perspective too, and this is why I always tell you, you may not agree with the perspective, but I understand where some fans come from when they talk about Omari. And I'm not saying that they're right. I'm not even leaning towards it's not even a 50-50 thing. I believe that Omari wants to represent Jamaica from what
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, from what he has said
Mm-hmm.
before, and from what other players have said about him. But when you see him show up, speculations is going to come into play. So
But
that's
Yes.
how when
Drew,
other
but
fans
Drew, Drew,
yeah.
but Drew, the fans need to understand as well, I want to play for Jamaica, but I don't fly to Jamaica to play. You have to call me to play.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to go
definitely.
to Jamaica. Me personally, I would have played right now if they call me. But I can't go and show up and say, yo,
Yeah.
come for the team. So at the end of the day, when somebody is not there, the first person we need to go talk to is the coach, not the player, because the player cannot put himself on the team.
And what when media come from now, Drew, look how easy people is to jump down on Omar Hutchinson because he's not here. But yet still, anytime nobody
Yeah.
touch the whisper inclusion part, everybody start get upset. You bad mind, this, that, and I try to call down people. Look at what Near said here. He also said Whisper was a historical talent. But the problem is that with that now, Near Sovereign, the world said Omar Hutchinson is a historical talent. The world says Splat is a historical talent. So that it's all the other coaches them worldwide. So that means we have a lot of historical talents. So we would have liked to see all of them just the same. And if they're playing Naya Sovereign and the world tells me something, I want to believe the world that a man come in and being influenced by Jamaican people. I'm very sorry. That's just me. I am a straightforward shooter.
With,
I
with,
want to
with,
believe the
with, with,
world.
with
What
the
is that?
whisper inclusion, JD and Jason,
Mm-hmm.
and the gentlemen in the chat and ladies, if there are any ladies there, I don't feel it's anyone influence him. I feel him have a real liking to Whisper. I could be wrong, but I feel based off because listen when him talk, you see when Whisper even scored a goal against Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people may say a buck up school, whatever you want to call it,
No, man, a goal, a goal. A goal is a goal. If the
Yeah, yeah,
kid score, he
exactly,
scores. Yes,
exactly.
he
I'm
scores, yeah.
going, I'm going off what people when we see people say, But even with that goal, after during the press conference, the post match conference, sorry, he said that the kid just brings something, and him like how he was trying to explain it is like I can't even explain, but say you're going to get something from him or
Mm-hmm.
something. So I feel he has a natural like him. I don't feel like nobody a force him or try to persuade him. He made reference to Cephas as well, that Marin Garden was pushing him to watch Cephas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel it's anyone. I could be wrong. Just my assumptions. I don't feel it's anyone really pushing him to bring in Whisper. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, I can say different. I think as what he said is a lot of people come together, all the coaches come together, and you just alluded to, all right, Marion Garden showing him a player and say, watch this player. You get me? So that's how the teams picked. You understand me? And I do believe that is a collective effort as to how they do things. And just as though people would like Whisper to be in the team, I think people can leave Omari Hutchinson alone. You get me? So just take Whisper in the team and just leave Omari Hutchinson alone, because I don't like it like they're trying to build Whisper name on the back of Omari Hutchinson. That's what I've realized. And the manipulation man started it. Juras, and that is a problem. What I'm trying to get away. I have nothing against Whisper. I would love for him to just be in the team and do his best. But if they're not playing and the man claim to say input a criteria, or you get game and you don't get picked, it seems like hypocrisy and favoritism. You get me? And that has been a thing in the country's football for the longest time. Like you force people in because you have a quota damn system. So it just seems like he was compromised if you keep on forcing people that's not playing. You get me? That's all my gripe, you know. I have nothing about the individual itself. It's just the hypocrisy and the same down the line as every other coach where them come here and do them something here. And then in at the end, when them sister them a fail, them jump around and talk about, I can't do it this way, I have to do it this way, and then go back to all the high profile players them. You get me? I don't like that hypocrisy. Because now we have a true chance to qualify, and I want the best players then possible on the team. You get me? Omar, you see, a one liar come on YouTube and come and tell them all them story about the youth, and then everything just gone on the drain. If they never pick the man, so next time what you guys do, go in the chat and just ask if the man not want to come and play for Jamaica. You get me? But I think it's hypocrisy and favoritism going on. It's not the youth no want to play. So just take what you get, guys, and just leave the next person alone. You know? So just know that the kid can play. And all right, what about Kira Anderson? In Juras? What about Kira Anderson? He's playing better than players on the list, and he's not on the list, and he's 18. So what about him? You understand?
I agree.
And he has a passport, because I've confirmed that he has a passport. So he's not on the list. So people, just understand that the coach picked the team, and some of the players he never selected. Because he thinks that what he knows. So let we judge him based off what he does from this point, and not try to blame other players that we don't know if he called. All right? Yeah, man. Let me just leave that alone and move on. So, yes, the favoritism is in and the bias is in. So let me lead from there and just move on and make we talk about how the team can get on with the other games, the games them coming up, because I wanted to move towards that. You get me? Cephas inclusion. What say you guys on it, Juras? Because you always want the positive. I mean, I fight to go back to the positive, and you fight to go back to the warring part.
No man. In terms of with Cephas, it's been a long time coming. I would say. I'm pretty sure Jason would probably say the same thing. And yeah, he definitely deserves a call up. He has just been in the Turkish lead. And he has a 1 goal in 3 games. Is his stats so far. And when he was in the other lead, he was doing well as well. So of course, a long time coming. I've seen a couple of his games. He's a player that I like, as JC would have said. He's a player that I have time for. So he's a good player. So we'd love to see what he would offer. Don't think he would start, but I definitely see him coming off the bench in football. What I feel Coach Hal Grimson is trying to do is keep this Gold Cup unit intact, keep the core intact. He's going to be making switches out here and there, but I feel that they felt that they did reasonably well with a new squad in the Gold Cup, and the Gold Cup was just some months ago. It feels so far away, but it was just a couple of months ago. So I feel like he's trying to keep that intact and work with them as a unit to build chemistry and so forth. But definitely love the inclusion of Cephas.
I agree. I thought that he should have gotten a break. he should be one of them that came in, to be honest. Yes. And I'm hoping to see him do well. So you can show that you don't have to you don't have to be forced in the national team to actually turn out to be something. It can be something on your own, and it's much more better when you do it that way, because when you come in, you already have your developed skill set and you can sustain it. So I hope he does get a fair chance in the team, and hope he can provide something. And I do believe he's going to provide something because his skill set is hard to match. I don't think you have anybody in the team that can match what he does. You understand me? Everybody bring two other different things, while he brings two separate things aside from them. So the diversity might just work for him this time. You know, hopefully he's comfortable playing out wide on a wing rather than the striking role, because maybe that come a problem, because it might be harder for him to get a striking role, you know, and he might have to come on as a winger. So hopefully him coming on as a winger can definitely help him as well to develop his game with the players them around him, because he's going to have top ballers, and I think he's going to do better. I think he's going to be one of the better sparks them coming off the bench. I don't expect him to start, but yeah. So we have a few persons. El Padrino Samson in the building. Massive respect. Andrew55 says, JD, why Simon have to force maps in the team? I don't know. I don't know if Simon picks a team. I don't know nothing about that. El Padrino, big up yourself. Massive respect. People, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. All right? Yeah, man. And as we said, we don't have much time here, more than just the maximum 2 hours. So you get the likes up on the video, share the video around, and that's pretty much it. All right. I don't agree with Phillips, but Phillips is not in the team. He's going to come in the team if Corey Burke is not well. All right. So he's one of the first one on the reserves list. And as what I've said, you saw it was 23 players. All right. Because 23 players, was to be named. You see, so sometimes you need to listen to us. All right. So for me, I will be watching Damari Gray. I want to see what he has to offer. Yeah. KC Palmer, of course, because we definitely wanted KC Palmer. I do believe that. JD, you embarrassed them on reporting on Greg Lee. So fire bun if he was not included. So KC Palmer, yeah, KC Palmer in it. So we're gonna be watching KC Palmer 100%. Yeah. Greg Lee back in the team. Let's see what he can offer, which I think he has always played good for Jamaica. So we expect nothing less than a good backup to Amari Bell. Maybe you never
was Kevon, was Lambert on it? I don't remember.
Yeah, man, Lambert is on it. Lambert is on it. Yeah, Lambert is on it. And I think that is all right for me, even though he just changed club. I still think it's all right on the list, you know? I put the list out and man out there cussing, you know. Yeah, these guys are something else, you know. They're out there cursing the list, Raji. Oh my God. Yeah, so as I've said,
yeah, I know you make the list.
No, I mean at least, but you know the people man always cuss about something.
JD,
You know?
take a cussing, man. What kind of squad did you pick, man?
I don't know, because I never had the right back in it. I definitely never had the right back in it, but I'm hoping that he does well, because we definitely wanted a right back. So even though we can bash the coach, we can say the right back situation of not including Brown and try someone else, because that's what he said. It's not because others never performed well, but he's just trying someone else. Okay. Oh, you take that? Are we going into these statements too literal, or it's a valid question?
That's just good.
That's a pretty way to say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just good relations with the player. You don't want him to feel like you're dashing him away, you know? So that's smart for the coach to do, I think.
Yeah. I know. But boy, oh boy. But yeah, it's okay, but it's okay. I think that move. I want to credit him there. No, he said it's not about performances. It's him just want to try out others. But I said, Jason said it's a professional way of doing things. So he has no problem with how the coach handle his business right there. And I say, okay, I agree, it's professional. And I love the fact that he saw that the player was not playing well, because he was one of the individuals that everyone wanted to change. I picked my squad and I never had him in it. I never had it in it. So the fact that he made that change, I want to give the coach credit right there to make that change. Would you agree with me, Drew, or you thought that because Demo said that him are the man of the match for all games, you know? So, so I don't know if Drew is one of those mans that thinks that he's the man of the match for all of those games, you know? Yeah, so Drew, what do you have to say on that one?
Jerry, give me a minute, man. I'll deal with something. Give me 1 minute.
No problem, no problem. Warrior Comina War said, I believe the coach like Whisper. Get over it, people. Warrior Triple said the people must give them take and the people move on to other people. So why are you coming to talk about the same player when you want people to move on? I'm Jason Gona. Warrior Comina, of course, because other people said they're okay with him in the squad. So why are you coming to fight when you want them to move on? People move on to other people. Daniel says, why no roof? I don't know. I don't know if maybe they never wanted to make that big jump. Yeah, and JD, been a while. Detonation, no problem. We're glad you guys are here. Let me check the likes, because we are here for a whole while now. So if we see we're not on 10 likes, that means you guys are not doing your job, you know, because we do the talking, we ask the questions, and you do the likes. 61 likes, unacceptable, people. Double up the likes and that, and 2 hours, 2 bills and the like. Simple. Laugh out loud, JD. Still a complaint in the chat. Yes, but you have people say they're okay with him, and some people say they are not okay with him in it. Because the reason for that is not because of the player, or maybe some reason because of the player, yes. But because of what the coach said the last time, and you have to understand that others have people that they like to and have people that's doing something. So people will always move the metric here and there. You have to understand that Warrior 777, remember, it's not one kid we have that is 18, that is 17. We have a plethora of kids 18, 17. So, and they're playing big level league. So you can't, it's like you're forcing people to accept something when in reality we might have 5-6 players better than the same player that you're talking about, Warrior. So people can see that, because remember, it was people calling for Kira Anderson. No, he's one of the best performers. You get me? So people always have their take, because we're all human beings. So I'm not arguing for or against, you know, because I've already made my point, and my point was in relation to the coach himself, because he said one thing and then go back on what he said, and that's all. But I am okay with anything. I'm going to support the team, do my thing, and hold him accountable towards things. That's all. Detonation said, already like as me enter. Oh, thank you very much. Massive respect. I'm alive said, JD, what's your issue with this squad? You want to hear my honest issue? Oh God, Lord God. So everyone giving their issues, and you want to hear mine. All right, Eagle Republic came and said, JD, where is Maps going? Is he auditioning for assistant coach? Listen to me. All right, JD, Jamaican Wonder Kid sells ticket locally. Okay, no problem, Warren Webster. Well, that is not my. Why would not talk to me? One of the people in the chat said that I do business. I just want them to damn win the games, and we wanted to get to the games. But let me deal with this one as well. Eagle Republic. The last time Maps went out, they went out against Leeds. Leeds is one of the fastest metric playing team, and Maps was one of the better performance with tilt. With tilt. So maybe that's the reason why he got picked, because he's still performing at a high level, because not much of our players on the list played against Leeds and actually performed. But people would say that if he performed in that game, and Tilt performed over a majority of the games but never got picked. You get me? And we don't naturally have left-sided centre-back so much. You get me? Yeah. Danica said, Jerry, you want Jamaica beat 80? Jason, you know, let me just move on. Let me just move on from that. Danica, you say, me catch you. You see, me catch you, Danica, you're gonna get it. That's all. Me catch you, you're gonna get it.
Oh
Which are
yes,
go?
people. Oh yes, people. JD, boy. Right
Hmm?
now, me I try get the seamstress for Bill a jersey film. Half of the shirt I go be Haiti and the other half I go be.
Oh, because through my post 80, smash up Cuba. The Jamaicans and bad mind in the chat. By Instagram. People, I just love quality football. So why are you guys? I'm talking about Jamaica here. So why want to switch in the subject to a different country? And Ray Davis said, JD, the coach shouldn't call Ravel and compare him to KC Palmer. But Ray Davis, to be honest, you know, KC Palmer is a baller from long. I reported on KC Palmer. Ray Davis, if it's the same Ray Davis, you remember when I've reported on KC Palmer 2 years ago. And I thought that he was one of the most talented players that you can pick for the team. So if he gets his nod now, I think he's going to light it up. And Leon Bailey finally can just go out wide. Because you have a player that can play the attacking midfielder role. And I think he can control it. And I don't think anybody better than him in the attacking midfielder role. I think you're talking about Wonder Kid. He was a Wonder Kid. Obviously, injuries really cramped his style over the years. So the inclusion of Casey Palmer is well deserved. So I have to give the credit right there again. You get me? Oh, you said the coach shouldn't call Ravel name. So look, I go left when they talked about Casey Palmer and Ravel. So he's saying the coach shouldn't talk about Casey Palmer and Ravel. You know, the coach shouldn't talk about that. All right? Yeah. What you say about that, Jason? What you heard that part, Jason?
No, I missed the last thing you said.
Okay, we missed that part. We missed that part. But if he said that, that is not professional, then you know, and he's always a professional
Oh,
man.
they're saying a statement after the fact. Because yes, I did stop talking and watching it after the squad was revealed, basically, because I
Yes,
could not hear the questions he was being asked, and I was getting frustrated, and
yes,
I did not want to cuss.
because the setup was not in sync. So when people asking questions, you're not hearing nothing. You're only hearing his reply, and it's just the setup
Yeah,
was
I never
not.
like that.
Yeah, the setup was not in
They're
sync.
improving though. Yeah.
They are improving, yes, they are improving, but the setup was not in sync as yet. So from we collect the actual information that we can build a show on, we decide that yes, we're gonna come out. And when we came out, we saw that Ryan streaming and everybody. So we came out even late. You get me? But we were trying to get information, but that was the point when we actually could have gotten all the information. After that, it was disjointed. So maybe they need to improve on that to connect all cameras and all mics to all devices. So at least your JFF, the main central thing that's on the internet, should be connected to all devices, question and everything, just like the Concacaf. So they have a little way to go. Nothing wrong with the Raw squad. Would love to see Ravel, but okay, nothing wrong with the squad. And he said he would love to see Ravel. Warren Webster said, true, JD, we need to hear the context of the question. And they asked about Casey Palmer, and he answered by saying, he's like a Ravel. He didn't pick, so leave his name out. Okay, all right. Oh, Lord. All right. Tell our Ray Davis, I will go back and check it and see if I can hear it properly, what they have said, you know? I'm going to check it first because I had other persons recording, so maybe I can get a closer setup. All right?
Yeah, it sounds like I'll have to go back and watch the ending of this because it got a little spicy.
Okay, yeah. Daniel says, JD, what Roof is performing as the second best striker Jamaica has, even though he got a minute, average minutes of 36. But that's a small sample size, so maybe they were not okay with that sample size. They wanted more from Roof to pick him. So maybe that's how it goes. But that's going to lead you down in a lot of questions. So all I'm just saying, please play this match tomorrow. And hopefully you guys get a result. You know? Yeah, because that's the only thing can shut up the fans then, because the fans them are gonna ask about players that's playing and players that's not playing get picked. Yeah. Sean Sutherland said, is there a CDM in the squad? Kevin Lambert is a natural CDM. Lati Bodier is deployed as a CDM as well. And after that, you have Camps as well in Daniel Johnson and also Casey Palmer. And Daniel Johnson's inclusion as well, that is a good thing, because at first I thought that they would not have selected him back, which I think would have been a very tough one. But no, we saw the midfield. It looks like Daniel Johnson has to get more game, or Casey Palmer has to get more game. So we will have to see some more creativity from midfield. We will have to, because we have pure attacking midfielders selected, Jason. You look at that, Jason? So aside from Kevin Lambert, everybody else is attacking midfielder.
Yeah, we have a central defender playing defensive midfield, and Kevin Lambert, and everybody else go forward. Yeah.
Yes, so we have to have. We can't have Daniel Johnson on the bench, Casey Palmer on the bench, Bobby Reed on the bench. I think that would have been weird, you know. So I think we're gonna see a much more advanced playing style than what we saw in the Gold Cup. But he said a few things early on that we wanted to go through, because obviously he said a lot of things, and we can go back and get those. So it might be in the part 2 of this conversation. So they said they are very satisfied with the placement of the Gold Cup. I had talked about that, me and Jason the other day, and I said yes, I'm satisfied. What happened to Hector? As I've started my video, maybe they just never selected him in the final amount. All right. JE, but why call Shamar Nicholson over Roof? Maybe because of familiarity, and obviously now he's in a transfer debacle, so picking him for the national team might help boost his ratings for someone to pick him or something. I don't know. It's a lot of ways to look at things.
On that question, right, that the commenter asked, I was thinking on some previous questions that you brought up. It does Ruth match? I don't see Ruth being a striker if he comes in. Based off of what Al Grimson wants from a striker, I don't think Ruth matches that. Let's just talk about physically.
You know his true position, Juras? Ruth's true position is central forward, you know.
He's a central forward.
Yeah, his true position, you know.
I thought his true position was a striker.
Support striker.
And support striker is his true position, Juras.
Yeah.
Leon Bailey plays as a supporting striker.
To me, the role that I've seen the coach using that Ruth fits is the supporting striker with Antonio.
Yes,
that
of
Bailey
course.
has been playing.
Yes,
that's
Bailey playing.
Yeah, in this system.
Yes, Juras, exactly where Bailey playing.
Okay, cool.
So that's where he plays. That's his actual natural position. It's not this leading striker role. It's a central forward that he drops lower and link the play. He's very technical, to be honest, because remember, he's a winger as well too, you know. He can play as a winger as well. But obviously, he's not going to be a lead line striker, you know. So he offers something different, man. I think that versatility in the team and his natural ability to poach would help Jamaica drastical. I'm telling you, worst of the style of football that we are going to play before we transition in, Roof would be one of the perfect inclusions if he can stay fit, you know. And because I'm not so fully on his fitness, I can't beat the coach and not select him.
Yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal about that.
Agree.
Because he was just coming off injury, right? So I wouldn't make a big deal about him not being there.
And I agree on that side. I would not, because I know he's an injury-prone player. So if they said, okay, we can't take the chance now because we pick other players, I can understand right there. But what say you on this, Jason? You're satisfied with the placement because they said they're satisfied with the placement after looking back at what they have done in the Gold Cup. I seem to agree on that side as well.
Yeah. I think the performances, while we wanted better, you cannot go around the results. We have to beat who was in front of us, and we handily beat some opponents in the first round, and we drew with USA. So, you know, I think going into this, about 5 changes or so is what I was expecting, and we got 4. So yeah, I agree with it. I agree with it. I think after watching back some of the games as well, similar to the coaches, I saw some more positives that maybe I missed in run of play when I was watching the games originally. So yeah, I agree with the continuity being shown, and I think that most fans would probably agree. Of course, one and two of your players might not be there, but the overall makeup of the squad I think is okay. I just think there's a glaring hole in some of the deep line midfielders that we still need to address. So that's the next thing that I think we need to figure out moving forward.
Agreed. All right. So hard work says so. John Russell there? No, John Russell was dropped as well. John Russell was dropped. All right. Andrew said JD was the only YouTuber who was pushing for KC Palmer to be recalled. No, it was purely down on me watching football. Remember, that's what we do. We report what the guys them doing, and we have to put it in context as to the others. So that means if we were the ones that brought his name up for them to select it, that means we have done our job because that's what you signed us for. Yes, and that's what we always said. That's what you signed us for. You get me? All right. So the next part now, because we're trying to wrap up everything. No Omari. Omari is not in it, and I don't think he was called. All right. Yes. I'm gonna leave with that until I can get other news. All right. Yeah. Big up yourself, CPT Rico. Massive respect and all the man that come in. Yeah, man. Keep smashing like button, share, and definitely subscribe. Yeah, man. Don't waste your time here because, as you know, it's important when you smash the like button. All right. And at least we have we talk about football. JD, what's up with Greenwood and Jamaica? I don't think he's going to come now, even if he wants to come to Jamaica, because obviously he's dealing with a transfer and everything. So you have to wait until his transfer done and him get himself in the proper mindset before he can play for Jamaica, And maybe even when he does come here, it's going to be a next big uproar because a lot of people will say that, oh, England don't want him, so why we, and the next opposing side that's running for JFF might come out and start using him as a scapegoat and a lot of things. So we're gonna have to be ready for a lot more things.
To be totally honest, I could be wrong on this, but I think in Greenwood's case, because he's coming from the team he's coming from, people will not have an issue. Jamaicans only love ballers that play for the big clubs and things, so I don't think there'll be that issue with him because he's coming from United.
Okay. Mr. United said, any info on the right back? Jason talked about him already, where he's coming from in the MLS and what he can offer. We heard that he is a promising right back that represented USA. I've not checked anything on him as yet. But that is something I'm going to go and do.
He was the captain of the U17 World Cup and played centre back in that World Cup. And then, has since gone professional with NYCFC. Started playing about 3 years ago in the playoffs that season and has since been the starting right back for 2 full seasons in the MLS now. So very, very good quality player, one that was definitely high on USA radar and has kind of fallen through the cracks there. And so since he's not getting the love from USA, he applied for passport and everything, and we called him. So I am fully on board with his inclusion. I think he's a player. Anytime you can weaken one of your Concacaf opponents and strengthen yourself, that's a good thing.
All right, fair enough.
And also JD,
Joe.
He's a player that I've seen. He's a player that I've watched a couple of his games as well when he has played for New York City FC. So very solid right back. In one of the games he played centre backs that I went to. Good player, solid player. Even though this was a couple of years ago, but he's a good player from what I recall.
And just so you know, JD, about the player, when asked what his favorite position or best position is, he said centre back. So let's see what he becomes. He's only 21, so we'll see, where his actual true position ends up being down the road.
All right, fair enough. But we want to touch on the part says the tactical side we can improve on, like keeping possession and those stuffs. You agree on that? Because I think that was my main gripe with this coach and style.
Yes,
man, people, I am back. I am back, people. I am back in Belgium. Some people said I never went to England, but clearly they don't watch me. That's one Jason Ferran. Yes, he only turns up here when he has nothing else to do. But he said I was not in England, but I am back here and we are rubbing out the information, you know? Yeah, man. Go ahead, Jason. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that's one of the main key points that I highlighted when I was writing down what he was saying before naming the squad. The fact that himself and assistant coach Wall both brought up the ball retention, ball possession aspect, and saying that that's definitely somewhere tactically where they can improve. Anybody that analyze football, if you watch Jamaica play, that's the first thing probably stick out to you, like why we can't keep the ball better. So I'm glad that it's a point of emphasis for them, and I'm hoping that they can implement
Jason,
some system
Jason,
that
and
helps.
Nitro will have to retire from YouTube now because and the Nitro come here as a possession. I mean, nothing and Ray, and this and that. So I don't know why the coach would be concerned over that, Mr. Nitro. So Nitro, when you're rewatching the video, yes, come back and talk to me. No, you need for this. Actually, just pay me, Nitro. All right. Eddie Guna said the question: what has Burke done to remain in the side? So Eddie, no, this is where I have to curse Eddie out now. Look at, I'm gonna bring up Corey Burke. So Corey Burke, I'm gonna bring up Corey Burke, guys. Look, Corey Burke, MLS 2023. All right, 2023 season, MLS. Corey Burke, listen to this, guys. Corey Burke for the MLS. The last game he played is the 27th of August against Inter Miami. They lost in 2-0. He had a 6.5 in that. He played against Salt Lake. They lost in that as well. All right, so that is his last 2 games he played. So Eddie, what your class to put other people in the team? Because you have other man that's not playing football none at all. Shamar Nichols. So what have Shamar Nichols done? What have Whisper done to make a team? Absolute nothing. So Eddie, me want you to have the same attitude.
I think Ed trying to see Eddie's perspective. I think he's looking at
Drew, him dead.
as
Him
a
dead in
striker.
chat, him
Wait,
can't answer.
Alright, make him answer then. Go ahead.
Let me give him the link. The
I'll
link
let
is here
him
for the
answer.
Discord. You come in the Discord and come and explain to me. Because you want me to name everybody. Yes, you should have named everybody. Because you say, what has that man done? You come and pick up your man who actually a play. So if a man a play, Jason, it's hard for you start the conversation with that man where a play. Drew, me not go agree with it. Because me see people where me I tell you, man. This is the
It's not about agreeing. It's not about agreeing, Jade. It's about understanding his perspective. So you don't have to agree, but you just have to understand where I come from. And me understand, I could be wrong, but I understand where he's coming from. That no means that me agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
People, even though Corey Burke is not a player that I give the highest heights of level and stuff, every single time I will put Corey Burke on a field. Today
He's
in
a
life,
hustler. He's a hustler.
every time I will put him on a field over Whisper. And every single time I will pick him on a field over Whisper. Whisper have not learned anything in football. He has not played football for no damn team. This is a fantasy thing we are going with. So the fact we are going to disrespect our next man, we are do things for a job. And a man sit down in a Jamaica and can get picked, and then we are looking on one man for bash one man. Not care what kind of future you have. That is not a good sign to pick people off. That means you're literally giving people gold spoon without actually doing anything, Juras. That is not how you motivate people. I would pick
so let me add some
every time. Every time.
Let me add some spice to the conversation.
Yes, no problem. I will love
based
it.
Based off what Whisper has shown, we're talking about on the Gold Cup now, right?
Yes.
With the Gold Cup, based off what Whisper has shown in the Gold Cup in comparison to Corey, you would still pick Corey over Whisper?
Yes.
Okay. Why would you still pick Corey over
what
Whisper?
You know what he's shown? Pressing metrics, something what Whisper don't understand because he's not developed. He's not dedicated to do that.
I am not
as yet.
I am not against Corey being in the squad. Let's make that clear. That is not my argument. you remember Eddie Guna just asked the question and you add whisper to it.
Yes,
You
no,
add whisper to
I
the
had Shamar Nichols
conversation.
too.
I'm understand.
No, I had Shamar Nichols here,
I'm
but
understand why you
you
add
picked
it
out
to.
one. I had two persons and you
Yeah.
picked out
So you
one.
add the rest. Yeah. Which I understand that. But because you're comparing whisper to
Yes.
Boza, that's
Mm-hmm.
why me I said that's why I asked you that specific question. So based off the Gold Cup, you would have still picked
Ye-
whisper
Corey Burke.
Boza not Boza, Corey Burke over whisper.
Yes. Yes, because when Whisper came
Okay,
on the
cool.
field, he makes one side of the field dead. If he doesn't have the ball to run forward, to just do a fairy tale thing, nothing else comes in. So Corey Burke literally lead a line and drag a team that don't place through the three thirds. People go back and watch the game. When Corey Burke push up the field, even though people would say that he runs in the box and clash and injury people or whatever, collect yellow card, he runs and draw the team up the field. Jamaica don't play through three thirds. So if you have a man which is a liability on the field because he's lacking the knowledge of big people football, because he doesn't have the experience, not saying he can't get it, but he doesn't have it at now, and the next man bringing up the other players them. So look at it then. Would you rather Corberg drying up the pitch to make Damari Gray and Bailey active, or you would say then, okay,
Here's
Whisper,
how here's
I mean, I try to make the
so
point, but
touch it.
go ahead, go
Go
ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead, man. Wait till
No,
you're done.
because I'm
No, I'm
showing
waiting till you're done. Go ahead.
I'm showing you the angles them. So would you like a Corberg
Mm-hmm.
that can able to push up the pitch if we don't have Mikel Antonio, or you want to keep Whisper on the field when everybody sit back and drop in and they can't play through the transition phase and none of them can come out. None of them, because none of them can hold the ball, none of them can press the line because they are all wing forwards. So you see what I'm saying now? So everybody have their importance. So go ahead, go ahead.
Ah, and that's what I was going to touch on your last point. Everybody brings everything. It brings a different aspect to the pitch. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I said?
Yes.
They both are forwards, and then both play. They both play on the forward line. But the skills and values what Whisper bring is completely different from Corey. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Look at
yes,
when we were
yes.
down.
Mm-hmm.
When we were down
Mm-hmm.
against Mexico, even though Corey wasn't eligible to come in against
Mm-hmm.
Mexico because of
Mm-hmm.
the suspension, right? You feel that Al Grimson would have brought in Corey over Whisper?
Of course.
Remember, we're
What?
down 3 goals. You feel no. Listen to my question before you answer. You feel that that Al Grimson would have
Mm-hmm.
brought in Corey over Whisper to catch us up to make us probably get back a goal or get back a couple of goals.
The change was Mikel Antonio for Whisper.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It wouldn't make a sense if Corey Burke was there. And all of his previous subs was Corey Burke for Mikel Antonio or Shamar Nichols for Mikel Antonio, because they're a striker.
Mm-hmm.
Whisper is not a striker.
Yes.
You understand me?
Exactly.
So obviously he would have made that change, and it's because he was not having the ability to make that change. That's why he went that way. You understand me? So that's all I'm saying. I think I turn out I'm okay with the squad, because once somebody find a problem, I am going to find a problem with what they want in the squad. So I think I have to
Yes,
just
and I think
say I'm
that's the
okay.
issue. I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue. Listen, as I said, everybody bring different aspects of their game to the squad. As I said, Cephas game is the way the couple of things that Cephas bring is different from what other forwards on the team would bring. So
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
feel that's just it. We're not going to get everything we like. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to take place.
Yeah.
So
No, people in
yeah.
the chat are saying, isn't Whisper wing forward? Yes, he is. But we're just having a conversation. He's giving his point because he has to tackle the points. Because the one Eddie Guna come start a fire in the chat. But what Burke do there? You understand me? All I'm saying, the coach bring everybody, and Eddie Burke is not there. If you listened well, he said Burke is carrying an injury. So you might get what you want if the guy is not fully recovered. You might get Phillips. Yeah, so Eddie, you might get Phillips. Are you okay with that one then, Eddie? Let me know in the comment section. For me,
That's what I was going to ask you. Is Phillips, or you think Phillips would be a good inclusion?
well,
Like, what you think Phillips?
he's a
So,
midfielder and he adds energy. He adds energy to the team. So I don't know. I don't know. What you think? What you think? What you think, guys? I don't know. The last time he played, he was okay. So I don't know what people think about Phillips. What say you guys on Phillips? Jason, I don't know. Oh, Jason gave it stake on Phillips already. People inside the chat, what say you on Phillips? You know, he's trying to build him in the system, but I'm alive. The problem is you can't. I think it's a wrong time him coming to Jamaica and say that one player is the best, and clearly other people watching football know that is not true. You understand me? So I think he's going to live and die on that hill of the false confidence he got, not from the player, but maybe from his agent. You get me? Because Jamaica had a lot of more players that you don't need to surround yourself with one person. You just pick the best young performing player, which is not the player that you're picking. You understand me? That's all I'm saying. Because Jamaica have the luxury to do so. And nobody can argue me, because if you say the top 3 best players under 21, 99% of the people would not say him as number 1, because obviously they don't see him playing. Everyone that would say it has to be in Jamaica, and I don't know much about football.
Clearly, Grimson thinks differently.
No, he does not think
Clearly,
different,
Mr.
because
Grimson thinks differently.
no, he does not think different. You know why, Drew? Because number 1 and number 2 and picked and start. Number 1, which I have as the number 1, which is Lembekisa, he plays and start. And he's 19. So he plays and start. And then you have Connor Boyce Clark, which is in it. And he's running against Blake. It's hard for him to get a game against Blake, Juras. But you saw him the other day playing. And he was the best player on the field in a Carabao Cup game. So these are factual things. So even though you want to argue the point, Juras, you lose, you get battered in an argument, because the facts them dead.
I'm not arguing no points. I'm trying to see other people's perspective. I'm not arguing.
Yeah,
no
but
I'm just trying to understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, but I'm saying the other young kids, them, there's based off performances. Lembekisa came on in Mexico game. No, first look how this go. First, Lembekisa played against Liverpool, right, Juras? He played against Gakpo and Salah, prove his point against those 2 individuals. Then he get a secondary game, never performed well. Then he played well in U21s. Then they called him up. He played well in the first game in Trinidad. Could have been the man of the match in Trinidad first game. The second game he never played the best, and then they put him in the Mexico game. Then he took over the Mexico game after a poor display from Javier Brown. All right, and then from after that he keeps on putting in good to, because the USA game he was good until the goal scored, right? So he keeps on putting in the performances. So he did his job to be the best player for Jamaica under 21. And I think that cannot be disputed, because he did his job. He's in the team. They can't take him out the team based off lack of performances. You understand me? It has to be some corruption for him to be out of the team. So we knew that he would have started. So that tells you. So you see the difference now, Drew? We are questioning if somebody needs to be in the team. That's the one that you said is historical, legendary. And then the next one is in the team and nobody questioning it. And you have persons in his position playing professional leagues. Brown playing professional leagues. West Harden plays professional leagues, but yet still he still gets selected. Isn't that the actual physical proof of a historical player being a certain age? You see what I'm saying? So the facts match that Lembekise is the number 1 in that position. That's what I lead to. I don't lead the conspiracy and the overhype and drama and stuff. Yeah. I listen to the facts, and the facts telling me that Lembekise is number 1 on my books, and that's my argument right there. So anybody wants to try double up the argument, you get smoke. All right. But Jason into the argument. I want to go with Jason. Look, I can busy. Mirak said, Jenny.
Based off that, you know. But
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
no, based off that,
No,
for me,
I
I
work
don't
for the
really.
glass. That's the only reason.
I work yesterday. Okay. For me, JD and Jason,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really compare. I'm gonna do the rankings thing. I think it's whatever the coach wants. And as I said earlier, I think and there's a point to be argued. Like as him said, Coach Algrimson said, right? He's dealing with individuals that are playing regularly in their
Mm-hmm.
clubs and that are just playing overall. And with Whisper, that's not the case. So people have a right to say that, you know what, and as you said,
Favoritism.
okay, it's bias thing going our favoritism thing that's going on. I just think he sees something in the player that he likes and that he wants. That's my opinion. I could be
Okay.
right, I could be
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Yeah.
All right, and that is fair.
Yeah, man.
Well, it says Richard's whisper wonder can't stop him, stop the big talent, can't stop him. But I think if you listen to that conversation, which is something that I think people struggle to understand when we're talking and arguing certain points. They're all Jamaicans, and if the best pick and we win, all of us are okay and happy with whatever going on. But we have to have conversations because that's what keep the people and picking the people on their toes. All right. So if you can't handle reality, I think the space is not for you. You get me? Yeah, man. Sean Nice, massive respect. Passing through. Thanks to the super chat as well. Big up, big boss. Lembakisa, a sure starter. So why can't trust the coach with whisper? I'm alive. That is a good question. But I have gotten enough information on Lembakisi before I'm alive. So that's where I brought my argument from. I showed you the man playing against Liverpool, playing against Mexico, playing against top talent. So I went from Gakpo, Salah, then we went from Chucky Lozano. You get me? So I saw him. So I can get the data. So that's why people question things, because you see something. So you're okay with that side and say that's a good pick because I had that pick on my board. But if no, you can't see something, and then you see somebody pretty much force something, you always have to sit back and say, but why? You know, why? Because the metric, what you're saying, not saying it. So, if you're upset with what I'm saying, I think I'm valid to my points. All right? Yes, I gave you all the facts and move on. All right? I'm Alive said, two young talent. Yes. And Michael Sada said, good argument. Yeah, man, I just gave them where my argument coming from and they can argue it. All things have passed away. So there is only one person who currently talk facts about Jamaican football. Let's hope he don't get brainwashed and pay off, then start telling lies. All things have passed away. If you're referring to me saying that I'm talking facts about Jamaican football and I will be brainwashed, I have been here from day one. Old things. So I don't think I will be brainwashed at this point. if you're referring to me, and we're just having a conversation, we're not bringing down the kid, or we're not upping other kids. We're just talking about what's happening, like the physical facts. You get me? Yes. So that's what we're talking about. And we have some update here. So Shamar Nicholson have not signed for Valencia. All right. Valencia, as I've said in my previous video, they have other players that they can trigger the clause from Belgium and get them back. So maybe they decide that they're going to go that route. So Shamar Nicholson was not drafted for that. So Claremont just posted that he's there. So clearly that's where he signed to. No, but I will research it as soon as I'm done and give you the necessary information, people. Dan, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Who is the new right back? We are going to do a piece on him as well. Let me give you the list of the players so far in the thing, so we can give the people the recap because we spend a lot of time fighting. All right. So in goal, Andre Blake, Jamali Wade, Connor Boyce Clark. That is the goalkeeper. Defenders, Damien Lowe, Tavon Gray, Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell, Dishan Bernard, Dexter Lambakisa, Adrian Mariapa, and Greg Lee. Midfielders, Casey Palmer, Joel Latibodier, Daniel Johnson, Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed. Forwards, Leon Bailey, Michael Antonio, Damien Lowe, Damari Gray, Dujan Richards, Corey Burke, Shamar Nicholson, Ronaldo Cephas. All right, so that's what we were talking on. And I thought that we had some beautiful conversations just a while ago because that's how we do things. Mirak said, JD, us that he doesn't have the info he wants, the coach have the info he wants. Yes, that is, yeah, Mirac, very good. Well said. They have the information, and that is my problem, because we thought that it was a professional footballing society, Juras. So any player that will get picked, you can see them, and it does not come off like it's a fantasy league or a fantasy selection thing, because you can see them for yourself and say, yes, man, it's transparent. This is what the player doing. This is what I want. So that is my whole gripe about it, Mirac. If not, and the player tearing up the league,
Yeah, and that's understandable.
Leon Bailey
That's
doing well.
understandable.
Leon Bailey plays himself in the team, right? I would say Leon Bailey played himself in the team. Would you not say that, Juras? Before,
Of
other
course,
people said,
yeah.
what Leon Bailey do here? Because I just say name him and get pick on. I thought that Leon Bailey
Yeah,
played
based
himself
off the
in the
Gold Cup.
team. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, but his
Oh, yeah,
form, his
definitely.
form that you start the season with, he played himself in the team. You can say that, damn.
Based off the Gold Cup performance, you'd have say, all right. So if we were to judge from the Gold Cup performance leading into the season, just the Gold Cup performance alone, it would be safe to say that, you know what, is a 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? That he might make the team. But coming in on form from the beginning of the season, definitely, he's in form and he's doing his thing. So yeah, there's no gripe there. There's no argument in terms of if he should be there or not.
All right, look at that. And all of us come here. Yes, his move is confirmed. So he's not going to Valencia, as what you heard that he is 100% will be going to Valencia. All right, so that proves.
So he's staying.
No, he's going to leave. He's going to leave. He's going to France. Clermont, he's going to. Clermont, he's going to. We maybe doing a different video. We do that. Once he gets some game time, that's the best thing. So you see, people.
That's all I care about. Game time. That's all we should care about. Yeah.
So all I'm saying, you see, people, we are very fair, because Liam Bailey doing very well. We reported Liam Bailey doing very well, and me picking my team, I am putting him on the field. You know why? Because he's doing something.
Yeah. Well,
but if he's not doing something,
I'm
going
to say, in the comments the other day. Remember what I said to you in the comments the other day? I said to you, "Oh, you're turning a Leon Bailey channel, one channel now."
No. I'm reporting.
No. Based off the video that you did, I was joking.
Okay, I know, but I'm saying, look now. In the last 3 seasons, him not play much. When him play, him not properly
injured
on the field, him injured, or them take him off as soon as them for try go up for something, because he's hindering them to do something. I still see the same problem, in the team, and now I realize what the problem is, with him on the field, but he's still.
What you think the problem is?
The problem is he can't play narrow systems. Every coach coming to Aston Villa seems to take him off when they're playing narrow. Every single one.
Yeah.
So they believe that he just needs space to work in. You get me? So if they're not going to use an additional winger with him,
even Butler said the same thing before. If you ever hear Butler talk about how he likes to progress the ball.
Yeah, but he said the player can play anywhere. So he's a two-side cutlass as well, because he said the player can play anywhere. So that means, and the top quality players should be much more prone to adjustments as well, Juras. Like the players that are special, the players that are special that don't adapt well are some generational talent, like Robin and those guys were that's predominantly wing players and maybe lead line forwards. You can't put him in any other metric because you know that his skill set is so predominantly high. Yeah, those players I don't think you have the same Robin type players them coming through again. Those are one-off players.
No, you have to be versatile.
You have to be more versatile.
You must be versatile.
Yeah, to be more successful, and that is the only problem I saw with him. Now, I can confirm that it is a problem because I saw it under 3 other managers. So that is the only problem I am seeing in Aston Villa's team with him now, and hopefully he can improve that because now he's fit and he's doing his thing, so we can see him improve that as well. So we are watching the player and we are giving him his flowers because he's doing something, and that is what I love. We like to see the data so we can come and have a conversation. But the fantasy argument and it's like the suspense argument, I just don't like it. And with this kid, it's just all about suspense and no material. You get me? And that's all I'm waiting
You're
on. I
talking
just
about
want some
with
material.
Whisper?
Yes, with Whisper
With
argument, it's
Whisper?
just about, yeah, it's about fantasy and no material. And remember, it's 2 seasons now I'm asking for material. That's why I wanted him to go in the JPL to, and to play football. Or go anywhere and play football because he can sign for people and go somewhere else. Chelsea, Real Madrid signed my boy there for $1 billion. Don't you see him playing football, Drew? So you can sign for
Yeah,
places
yeah, I
and still
agree.
go
I agree.
play for other places. So you can play football. But you can't play
Mm-hmm.
football in the location in England and in Europe. So you can play football. So all I wanted was just material. So I will just wait until I get the material on the player before I properly assess the player. But that's gonna be a while.
But here's what I would say though, just a quick point. Based on what he has shown in the Gold Cup, could he have done better? 100%. But he has
No.
held his own.
Yeah, no,
He
I don't
has
think he
held
could have
his
done
own,
better.
and we can't argue with it. He has held his own. He walked away with a goal from the Gold Cup. When he came on, he was promising. Even in Austria, when he gave Shamar two sitters for Shamar score. You understand what I'm saying? So he has held his own. Let's be real in that.
But boy,
I understand.
Drew,
No, say what you say.
Drew, when we have left those games, Drew, you really come and tell me, say, Whisper all his home in those games? Or are you just saying that exactly what you knew him for? He did. So just running forward and not doing nothing defensive. Remember, I know. You don't want me to pull up a file for the goal,
That has been a. Oh yeah. The goal that was scored in Austria. That's clear. Yeah.
You forgot? So
The
all
goal
we're
that
saying,
they
people,
scored against us.
yes,
Yeah.
all if you say, people, the player is a young player that needs game to learn. He's a wing forward, so wing forward helps to cover his wing as well. So we want the player to be successful, but we need more material, and he needs more material as well. So we're gonna have to just wait. So Wells, you can ball as you want. You're not gonna convert me because I'm not a fanboy of nobody. You get me?
No, listen, me. I just speak my truth and how I feel. Me not try to convince you or nobody. Me just speak my
It's
truth and
well,
how I feel
Drew is
and
Wells, and Wells accost me, in a chat there.
oh, okay, in the comment section. Yeah. No, but as
Wells,
me said, mm-hmm.
go ahead, Drew. He just
No,
a
Wells
worry
just
me. He just come here and
no, but me
worry
see what Wells just said.
me. Him say, can't stop Whisper, brother. Emphasis is on offense. Oh my God. You see, you would have said, we're not going to win no game. And that's a problem. And there you go.
Yeah, for Whisper be a complete player, and he has it in him. I think he has it in him with proper training and fitness training, and as you said, more game time.
All
He's going to have no choice.
right.
He's going to have no choice but to adjust and be a proper player that
So
comes
Drew,
back and defends like Antonia and Burke. Yeah.
Drew, honestly, in my heart, that seems like me as a
Mm.
personal fight against a player, or me wants to the best for football and the best player.
No.
So why Wells does bad mind me? Because he not listen to
Listen,
me.
we know and we have had these conversations over and over again. Some people has missed the conversations, so they haven't heard full details in terms of when you talk about certain things. You're not bashing him. You just say, okay, based off what Hal Grims has said, people should be playing if them have game time, and that's what you're going off
Yes,
of what he said.
simple.
So we can't bash you. You're not bashing him. You're just stating how you feel. And people, we need to have understanding. We're not going to always agree, but understand where somebody's coming from when they make a point. And that's what me and JD always argue upon sometimes.
Yes.
Just understand where we're coming from, you know.
But
You know
Drew,
what I'm saying?
but
We
Drew,
don't
what
agree.
they don't
Yeah.
Drew, or what they don't add to it. Remember, me have the files to all of the players that can play for Jamaica, and me I watch all of them, and me I take all of the analysis for everybody,
The research
and they are just they are just the persons that come in the chat and just cussing, and they don't realize that me I make conversation off of what me know. And me I provide it to them. So all them need to do is just go do the research, because if
So
they
JD, hold
are
on. Hold on, JD. People, this guy JD takes his thing very serious. Okay? People in the comment section, him taking things seriously. Him going him doing research. So when you hear him make a point, I research it. He's not coming to talk for him feel. All right. So let's just put that disclaimer out there. Okay. Yeah, man. Go ahead, JD.
All
Sorry.
right, so Mirak said, so he didn't hold his own because he isn't defensively best. Question, but he's okay going forward. Look like most the winger in the world, none say he's complete. He have things to develop. Yes, that is true. But no, what I'm saying is because look, what most wingers would have done, and something what we have to learn. Sometimes if the wingers are like Leon Bailey, they clearly realize that Leon Bailey have the defensive issue problems. So you know what they did now? They started Leon Bailey from a central forward position. So he gets comfortable with that as well. And then now you realize what they're doing. They tried to, once he's going on a defensive metric and he's not getting caught out directly, Drew, with the face-on player, they start to switch him coming in midfield for someone to underlap him, to cover for him. You understand me? And then the forward activation is still available. You get me? So it shows that even when you don't have that skill set, people can work on it, but it will take time. And that is something that the coach said that they don't have. So I was applying all of those metrics to things when I was having the conversation, because he's saying certain things and I'm saying, but this don't fit the metrics what we're saying. But maybe the player can improve, do defensive work, and we are going to make sure we're keen on the defensive work if he does get any game time. So we will do that. And once he's doing it, we are going to give him his credit. Go ahead.
And Dean Fraser, you know, for come and call nobody in a name, Bridget. If somebody like a player, they have their reasons why them like a player. So a person have to be a bootlicker because them support people. In other terms, we can call you a bootlicker when you support whosoever you support. So them ignorance and name calling, we can get rid of it. We can put it to the side. We can say agree to disagree, or you just don't agree with the person. But not because a person is a fan of Whisper or whatever player of Omari, Leon, Damari. That no means them a bootlicker bridging because they don't agree with your terms. And that's one thing what we do. When we say we do a lot that I don't like. The name calling and them stuff there, we can push it to the side, Bridget. Everybody have them unique ability, and we know that's how most Jamaicans are. But to have open dialogue and more progressive dialogue, the name calling and them someday, if somebody not agree with your Bridget, put that to the side. It is what it is. Them just don't see your take, and it's fine. You can try and explain your take to them, you know. If them still not understand, just keep it pushing. As JD say, you're not trying to convince somebody.
Yeah, no, man, I'm just giving them information. They can play back the video and then go back there. Remember, I'm doing coaching in it, so I'm looking at things, and then you can do it yourself. See, our next coach here, Devon Porter, said, you're absolutely correct, JD. But it's just thing. And then Mirak said, JD, you use one goal, him never cover, to offset 3 big chances created. No, Mirak. Remember, people forgot that I was the first one talking about Whisper on the internet, like on creating files on Whisper. So I know what he never did. I can remember against CC what he never did. I can remember against KC, JC what he never did. And I can remember against Georges what he never did. So it's the same damn thing I saw him did in all of the big games where in which his team gets squeezed with possession. All of the high-paced games So I've took Mirak. Remember me I talk to you, man. You get me? The same thing, I can send you back to those games. And you see the same thing. So that simply means he has not adjusted on his defensive part because he was scoring goals and that's what he was brought on the field to do. So sometimes that can get overshadowed and now he has to go back down and learn. So that's why I said if the kid get into a system and start playing games, it would help him because now you will realize that no, this is not me, this is not the Manning Cup, this is not me. People are just hyping me and me have to do. No, me have to buckle down and start learn the game itself. And I don't think he starts to learn the game itself until him in a squad and learning the game himself. You don't care what you're going to say. That is just the facts, people. People not just get up and be professional in a nothing until they actually do it. So he has to go and play football. You can't steal him away from the football. He has to go and do it, and that's when we are going to learn. I'm telling him, Iraq, it's nothing against the kid, bro. Yeah, go ahead, Jura. Sorry about that, but I have to go back in my files for the
No, I
one
agree with
mirror.
you. I
You
agree
know,
with you.
for the one mirror. I have to send him back for the files, them. You know, because him like him want to test
I
my
agree with you.
knowledge.
Mhm. I agree with you. And as you say, you bring up a big thing, which is in every sport, not even every sport, which is in our world a lot today.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep saying it. On your streams, you say it a lot. Metrics, bro. Everything is metrics driven. So if you go back and watch data and stuff, yeah, he's a player that doesn't track back. Whether or not that was the instructions given to him by his previous coaching staff or previous teams that he has played on, I feel that's the case. I feel that a
On
lot
the
of his
case,
coaching staff
on
gave
the
him,
KC, I would agree with that. I think the KC they were trying
yeah,
to get beef up their attack and try to,
hmm
to survive on their defensive side. I think they were doing that. But for the team again in the two friendlies, I don't think that was the
and
case.
yeah,
I don't think that was
yeah.
the case. I think him and Kate and Kaim Paris did a horrible job at the start. I thought that they did a horrible job until they changed the formation to and had to decide which one of them stay on the field. You understand me?
When
And
you
then it looks
when you
completely better.
mhm. When you become accustomed to something, or you weren't taught something, or you haven't done something a lot, you're just going to be used to doing what you're used to. So him not used to tracking back on him something, so it's something that he has to implement in his game now. And as I said, that's going to be based off coaching stuff, but you see that in a lot of tactics in today's games. A forward has to be able to track back. Even if he's playing on the wings, him going to have to track back. Because in Al Grim's system, you can see that everybody track back. The midfielders, everybody. Antonio, Antonio was basically a central defender sometimes in the Gold Cup. You know much tackle Antonio win? Come on, bro. So it's something that he's going to learn in um the coach's system, and when he goes to Chelsea or whatever other team he goes to. That's
Yeah.
that's nowadays football. You don't have no out and out striker. That's rare unless you're Manchester City. Even and you're a Manchester City fan, even the big striker, the big man, he tracks
Erling
back
Haaland.
too.
Yeah, of course you have to track back
Exactly.
and pull wide
You
as
know?
well. And
Exactly.
pull wide
There's
and
something
draw
needed
off people.
because
Yeah, agreed. Agreed, man. Good. Yeah,
yeah.
well said, well said. Oh God, I need to update that. So people, we're not fighting anything. I said I just have questions based on what the coach said. So coach talk, confusion, Jamaica people, I can't fight with you, know. I'm not gonna fight with you, know. I'm gonna leave you alone. Wanna believe. Let me just get the game on and hopefully we get these wins because these are two tough matches. I heard from Miran Garden, he said that their results against Honduras has been favorable. Yes, I would say the one that we won in Honduras was favorable on the result side alone because Elise pretty much Blake gave him a ball to kick in the back of the net and he failed to kick it in the back of the net. So that's how lucky we were on that night, you know. So some of the results on the topper, we have to be honest to ourselves. You have to wonder how we win the game. And that was one of the games against Honduras in
Yeah, man, real
Honduras.
talk.
I
Real
I
talk.
am wondering, oh, in the world we won that game. Oh, in the world
A
we
lot
came off the
of
field and won
times
that game.
these teams play better than us. Let me not say a lot of times, but some of the time, 60% of the time, 70% they play better than us, and we got lucky or we did enough to win the game. So yeah,
But you think I think we're playing. I still believe that we're playing slight better than what we were doing on the topper. I think
Papa.
Paul Hall's system looks better than this. But I think we're playing better than Topper's system. I don't know why I feel. I'm looking at. I
I'll
think
tell you
we're
something.
still playing better. What you say? What you say, you?
Let me tell you something, JD. You see the first 25 minutes of that USA game. Oh, we were knocking the ball and passing the ball. Let me
Mm-hmm.
let me take back 10 minutes. First 15 minutes of the USA game. How we were
Mm-hmm.
knocking that ball, how we came out, passing and going through. that gave me hope to say that, you know what, all right, this is a different system and we can apply it and we can be better. We're looking better.
Mm-hmm.
We have looked better. My expectation was for us coming off the USA game, coming through the group stages. I wanted us to go to the finals and win. That's what to shut up a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I wanted us to do that. Everybody said, okay, the semifinals was your. You said the semifinals was your
Yes,
expectation,
yes, and I'm
and a
satisfied
lot
with
of
it.
other exactly. But I see the promise, and nothing comes overnight, bro. We
Skillish
just have to keep
and
working on it.
Skillish have bun me out and say way better. No, I had said way better, or I said I just feel like they are playing better. I said Tapas Pala's system I think is way better than both. So
You said Paula system is way better than
no.
both.
But I said, I think Mr. Algrimson they're playing better than what Tapa played. So Skillish don't agree, but I think it's still not good enough, for we to be a top team in the region. Like what he said, we need to be a top 4 team. So we can get automatical qualification spots like, oh, the next 4 teams don't have to play all of these things to make it to the Copa America. They just need to win one game and they are there. So he said that's what they are trying to achieve. All right. And
So
when you
here's
have this
my here's
no, before we go, let me add this on it, guys. Jamaica. He said Jamaica need to be in the top 40s. You think that based on how we're playing, we can be in the top 40s?
with the
Continue,
addition of
continue.
Ethan Pinnock.
Yeah, no,
With
you
the
think
addition of Ethan Pinnock. Go
but the
ahead.
way
What you say?
we are playing with everybody, you think that we are good enough to be in the top 40s?
With the addition of Ethan Pinnock back on the squad, his form, in my opinion, he was the best central defender in the EPA. That's my opinion. Previous season. That is my opinion. You may have one and two were better than him, but let's say he was, from my opinion, he was top 5. With him being back in the
Yeah.
squad, and I feel if he was in that Gold Cup squad, we'd have gone to finals. That is my opinion. So with him being back in the squad, him adding the value to his position, us being more coordinated and knowing what to expect from each other, more continuity, as we would call it. I think we'll get better. But your specific question was based off how we were playing. If I should answer based off how we were playing, I would say no. But my hopes in terms of us getting better and being more familiar with each other, I think we will be a lot better than how we were playing. And with Ethan being back in the squad.
Okay,
And with
okay.
individuals like Casey Palmer bringing more solidity to the attacking midfield area, yeah. I'm looking at the positive, the progress instead of the past. Really.
The players them, the players them what we have, there is no doubt we should be in the top 40s based on how
Yeah,
others are ranked. That is true.
yeah.
But everything takes
Mm-hmm.
time. For me, but I think it's gonna take a rough ride for you to be in the 40s, It's gonna take a
You
rough
think
ride and
so?
take a time. It's gonna take more than a year for we to be in the 40s. Because I think we are
Listen,
going
we
to
need we
find
need
it tough in these
we need a lot of
qualifiers.
luck. We need a lot of luck. And when I say a lot of luck in terms of when it comes to our international breaks where we're having these qualifiers and where we're having these games, these nation league games, we need everybody to converge in. All the
Yes.
main players, them, we need availability. The best ability, me say to my workers, them, the best availability is availability. And I think that's what made us suffer a lot in the previous qualifying stages. Like we had a lot of our main players not showing up, even though it was under a different coaching regime. I think, and that is why he's scouting a lot of players too, because injuries is going to happen. But hopefully, with the hands of God, we can narrow down a lot of that. And even if
Mm-hmm.
we do have injuries, we still have quality backup players or
Agreed.
quality players in terms of depth that can come in and the fall off will not be significant. You can go and say, okay, all right, him not really put through the true pass like how Casey Palmer would I do it or Cephas would I do it. But me say, yeah, brother, yeah, him can get the job done. You know, we can look and sip on another player. Say, okay, him not really committed to the defending like Lamba Kisa, but Lamba Kisa not there now, but him can get the job done. That's what we need. And
Yeah.
me hear a lot of people say, not to divert, I hear a lot of people say, why are we over recruiting? And why are we calling up so much players? I think it's important that we have the best players available. So when we go through this process, we're good. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
my point for
Calling
that.
out more players, I'm always okay with it because if your main thing is the World Cup qualifiers, when are you going to call them
Yeah.
up if you're not going to call them up now? You have to call them up at some point. Or are you going to know how they fit the system and anything? So in making chop and change, I have no problem. We have Aaron Campbell spitting off a whole heap of comments. He said, bro, he said here, question, how Bowser get picked without kicking a football for his club this season? Are Jamaica the New England? You don't have to play for your club to get picked. Well, a lot of people don't play and they got picked. So I guess that is what they're saying. Michael said needs work to reach the top 40s. Dirty R said yes, we could be in the top 40. Playing together more will work it out. That's all needed. Just playing more together.
Let me adjust, Mr. Aaron real
Oh no,
quick.
but let me
You know,
so if you make me
go
read,
ahead, do your thing.
let me read. Aaron says, bro,
No,
how
you
the
know,
hell Ethan Pinnock is? Just hold on. Juras. Yes, when you say me dark and mad and hungry. Let me talk now. You realize that England did a lot for me. Me turn Pastor JD now. So hold on. Aaron says, bro, how the hell Ethan Pinnock is a top 5 centre back in the Prem? Stop making a clown of yourself. He doesn't make any of the top 6 teams starting lineup. All right, no problem. All right, so for the last 3 years, Aaron, the last 3 years, Aaron, and no, not last 3 years because we're not. That would have meant continuity, Aaron. And you know I'm an honest person. For the last 3 years, Aaron, he has been one of the top centre backs. And for last year, coming now to this present moment, he is still in the top 5 centre backs. But he was not just the top 5. He was in the top 2 centre backs last season because he made the team of the season for the Premier League. He was the highest clearance player, the highest recovery player, and one of the Stonewall centre backs them last season. So Aaron, please check out Ethan Pinnock because he's playing for Brentford, you made his stats went over your head, but definitely
no,
he
a
made
while
it.
ago, you know. Him said a while ago, JD. Him said because Ethan Pinnock represent Jamaica, we're being biased. Brother,
No, I don't
you
think
must
so.
be new to the channel or something.
I don't think
You
so
must be
because
new to the channel or something.
we have the facts, Aaron. So
Go
please check
ahead.
it out. He made every
Yeah,
statistical
Aaron, do your
metric. He
homework.
made it. He made the team of the season as well, and that's why I said Ethan Pinnock is Jamaica's best player, Aaron. That's what I said. Ethan Pinnock is Jamaica's best player. Which team team season fun? No. The EPL, Aaron, he made all the EPL teams of the season.
Listen.
Soccer Sofa. No, I'm giving him the facts. I'm just sending him the places them. So he has the facts. So the facts here, Aaron, I'm not gonna answer anymore, but I'm just gonna give you Soccer Sofa team of the season he made.
Respond to him. Don't respond to him. Because
So
he don't know him at all, bro.
yeah, so he made Saka Sofa team of the season, Aaron. He made the next one because even they posted it on all the socials and he was on it. So check all of them, all right? Please go and check it and you're gonna come back and say sorry because and you don't have to even go far, you know. Aaron, you can go in my community tab and look for it yourself. You can go on my Instagram, go and look for it yourself. Go on my Twitter, go and look for it for yourself. But so I'm not asking if you're wrong. I know you're wrong. All right? Yes. So it's not like if you're wrong, I know you're wrong. So it's in there. So just go and look for it. All statistical metric, he got the team. He got on it. Yeah, you have to give him his credit, man. He's definitely a solid centre back, you know? Yeah, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
Aaron, before you come and call names and then Sunday, bro, look ignorant, just go do your homework before you come to that. Cause we're not coming on here just to talk. Like we are individuals who watch the game, we're not watching a fantasy league. We're individuals that will watch even championship, league one, league two. Like we watch everywhere, bridge.
Everything we
So,
do
yeah,
to come
everything we
here
watch.
to give the people up. So why you think we can come here and tell you that who we think is playing so good? If they don't make the national team, it's like one of the biggest travesty you could ever find. You understand me? And you saw Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer never got called for a million years, but he got called now. And it's because of the pressure of we saying that this man is playing so good. It brought
Yeah,
attention
his
to them to have to
performance.
go and watch them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
JD, don't talk over the top like local Jamaican. I never talked over the top. I just gave him the
No, no,
statistical
no, no. What
things.
this commenter is saying that you don't talk like
Okay,
you're a
okay,
local
okay,
Jamaican
okay,
that
okay.
don't have the facts. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what he
Yeah,
said.
no, all I'm saying, I'm just saying, I sent them to the place to get the information, and then he will come back. We on deck with all players. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love that he tried his best to bring the facts. Okay, well, no problem, no problem. Shamar sign. Yes, we have said that. I never built a new video, but it looks like I have to stop this video to make a big new video to say he never signed for Valencia. It's Claremont. He signed for. All right. Let me bring it up right here so I can give the people the information. Shamar Nicholson. All right, so he's already on it as a player. So Clement, he signs for. Let me give you the information for that team, and then I can cut it out because that's what I have to do, you know, big boss, because I have so much things to do. All right, so Clement, at this
Yeah.
point is the rock bottom of League One. All right, and they're playing Toulouse next. All right, they're playing Toulouse. What? They're playing Toulouse on the 9th. No, on the 3rd of September. So they're playing Toulouse, which is our ballers team, but obviously he's not getting any game for that. So Clement, he will get game time. One thing I know, Shamar Nichols has to get game time for that game, for that team, because they are down at the bottom. They are not scoring much. They are not doing much. So it's somewhere that he can go, and if he can do good in that, it will definitely give him some big help, because Clement only scored 2 goals and conceded 7 in the last 3 games. So it's a bad start for them. So he needs game time. That's the best place to go. All right. Yeah, man. So
Oh yes, definitely.
people, please hit the like button. Get us up to 150 likes at least, because this is our reaction to the squad. Tomorrow we will try and do a different video. I should do a video with Africans right after on the Wemaxit channel. So look out for that as well. And I might just do an update right here for Shamar Nicholson. Maybe a 3-minute video to just give you the information that you need. All right. Yeah, man. So give your final find, Big Boss. I like the fact that you came on today and give a different perspective towards things. Mr. Drew, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And I have to war with you a lot,
Yeah,
you
man.
know? Yeah.
Well, I saw our friendship stable. Like, it is what it is, but we are still bridging same way. So not because we share different views sometimes. It is what it is, you know. That's what makes the world a better place, a unique place. So yeah, but
Facts.
just to summarize the squad, I am pleased. I'm satisfied with the squad with the addition of Casey. I would definitely love to see how the squad would be with him. I definitely see him starting. I don't know if you agree. So I would love to see how that works out. Even if he doesn't start the first game, definitely maybe the second game.
I have a feeling he's gonna
So
impress them so much with his first touch and stuff.
yeah,
Like when Damari
exactly.
Gray came in, I think him and Damari Gray will work so much wonders. You're gonna see them move Leon Bailey to fit in KC Palmer. I
Yeah.
just have a
And
feeling that I just have a
uh,
feeling.
where's the Margaret going again?
Damari Gray, Lil was trying to do his loan, so I don't know. The window is closed now, so let me see if Damari Gray made
It's a
any
loan
move.
move. I thought it was a
Yes,
permanent move.
they are trying to get it permanent, but obviously that would have took much more time.
I really hope that he goes somewhere.
All right, so I don't see any transfer update on him. So I guess he's still there. So I guess he does not move. Let me see if I get anything. So I guess he has to stay at Everton and do his thing. All right, so Damari Gray, let me see if we get any update on him. For the last
If he stays, Sean Dice has to go. Simple as that. I understand that as coaches, you have your system and you have you have your philosophy, but a player like that, man, even when Sean Dice
I'm checking to make sure it's complete because he's on other threads right here. So I just need to find it. Lil. To see if they completed the move because they're giving it hour by hour to make sure it's completed.
Let me check my Monday. Here we go. Let me check. Here we go.
Here we go. Jamal Lowe is back to Swansea. Yeah, man. Because remember, people want to give the information.
Check Big League Lane.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Big League Lane. I am on a more higher level clickings than the one Big League Lane. I'm on the literal the French transfer update to see if it's done. But I'm not seeing anything here. All right, so I'm not seeing anything. All right, so guys, look like we have to wait on the Damari Gray. So maybe I would have to wait until tomorrow before I do update anything on that. All right.
Yeah, I really hope he got a move though, because I really want him to be, playing. So we'll see.
Yeah. So people, we have gave you our view. Obviously, a lot of people thought, but you know that we are coming with it. And as what Drew said, stop telling people bad mind. Try to understand them because maybe they're in a different world than yourself. Because even though we're in the world, you have different world. You have Jamaica, you have Belgium, you have United States, you have England. They're all different worlds. All right, so stop thinking that someone hating someone because maybe you just click on YouTube to just listen, but I am the one doing the actual football work and have information here. So maybe the reason why I've asked something and you saw it on the field, because one day, you have a guy named Issa. One day I said something about the player.
Issa, your best friend, man.
Yeah, Issa. I said something about the player. And Issa, him start going up. And you know what the player did? The same thing what I said in front of his face at the same time. And I never even had to go for the proof to show him. He just shut up and never talk again. Yes. So I'm just trying to show you. So sometimes just give people an opportunity to hear themselves out and they listen properly and they go and investigate. If you want to judge someone, investigate. All right? No, yourself, so JD, you think the midfield will be a double pivot with Bobby Reid and Joel Latibodier and KC Palmer in the camp? I think Joel Latibodier have to find a way to play by himself, because
he would have been the lone CDM.
Bobby Reid can play a lot of positions, but I think you're putting too much on Bobby Reid to play as a box-to-box deep line midfielder. Bobby Reid is naturally a striker, people. Or not a striker, but a central forward. That's why he started off, So sometimes we keep on trying to put him in a position to fill a gap. And then after we try to complain about what the guy does on the field, when really and truly we don't even know what the guy is doing on the field because he's filling a gap. He's filling a damn gap. So he's following the instruction of the coach. So you watching him don't know what the guy doing because that's exactly what the coach tell him what to do. So you don't know what he's doing and you're cursing him out. Because I saw the man literally covering up for Leon Bailey. And people cussing the man what he's doing. And the man he's doing more things to make Leon Bailey just focus on attacking the attacking phase of the game. Even defensive attack. So he's blocking channels just the same, but more in an attacking manner to go forward. And it's Bobby Reid blocking those channels, but you not seeing it. And you come out here, oh, Bobby Reid a joke. Him a good. Jesus God. Look at that, the man.
Exactly.
The man are doing the coach
Man,
said we
they
do,
are trying best. Yeah.
Yeah, so now, according to the chat, Bobby Reed will be the official deep line midfielder now. Jesus, God, the man play every position from Jamaica. Every damn position. I will not realize that this man might be the brightest player on the damn field.
I just goalkeeper the man let me play.
Yeah, man. Blake, you have to give Bobby Reed him gloves, you know. You get me? Yeah, man. Because the man put Bobby Reed as a central midfielder, I can't believe. So give you a final point, Drew, so we can chop it off because we might have to drop a next video on the next channel, you know?
Yeah, man, as I say, I like the squad. I like the call up of the of Gray, the right back. So I'm definitely on board. You can hear me?
Yeah, man. We're hearing him, man. We're hearing well.
Yeah.
We're hearing well.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with it, and let's see what happens. I feel that Haiti and Honduras, especially Haiti, watching them in the Gold Cup, they will not be if they come with the same squad and better players, it will not be an easy team to go up against. But I feel we can get the job done. Yeah. Honduras is a different story. I don't think the Honduras is the same Honduras of old and previous in nowadays, but you never know what they can come. They can come with the unexpected. So we'll see. But I'm excited for the games. I wish I was able to make it. But I can't. So yeah, let's see what happens.
All right, so let me just give you the facts before we close. The tournament that we're entering, it's the Concacaf Nations League. It serves for two things: the Nations League itself, and also for the Copa America, where in which you play the teams coming from the South American region, so Brazil and Argentina, those type of teams. All right. So, but in order for that to happen, you have to qualify through your group, which consists of 6 teams. You played 4 matches, but double up on 1 team. So you only played 3 teams out of a 6-team group. So if you don't win your matches them and you draw your matches them, you might still come second and third without facing an opponent that comes first. And that's what I'm going to talk about on my Wemaxit channel soon, because I do have the other rosters, so I can go through the other rosters for the players and stuff, you know. So it's always good to listen to everything, so you get everything in its totality. Yes, so that is the situation now. So these 2 games, more likely, it's a must-win game for Jamaica. I think if they draw both of them, and they have to play back 80 again, I think Jamaica can't qualify if they draw both of them. You understand me? Because now you would have Honduras playing 3 other matches included, and then you have 80 playing Jamaica 2 times. So 80 and Jamaica, the result between them will decide which one of them go through, or which one of them have the opportunity to go through. All right, yes, but Suriname as a next bracket that they have everyone else aside. I think they only play one of the top teams them in it. All right, they play one of the top teams out of the Honduras, Haiti, and Jamaica. They only played one of them once, and that's it. All right, yes. So I think Suriname has Grenada twice and Cuba once, and I think they have 80. I think it's 80 they have once as well. So that is Suriname's fixtures, all right? So that simply means if Suriname wins 3 of their games and go on 9 points, and Jamaica drop two games, they can't pass Suriname. So Suriname would have come first without facing Jamaica. This is Concacaf, and this is what they get from Concacaf. Absolute madness. And it's the same group, all right? So you have to just win all your games. So you have no time to slip up. If you draw a game, it's pretty much looking bleak for you, all right? Yes, it's a tough thing. Don't know why they do it like this. So I would say Jamaica's best chance is to try and get out of the group. Once you get out of the group, I think Jamaica have a better chance to actually qualify. But if they, obviously that is natural. If you don't get out of the group, you can't qualify. But I'm saying once Jamaica get out of the group, I think I have confidence that they're going to qualify, because I think if they go back in the second batch, because if they lose against one of the top 4 teams, they have a second round to go again. You get me? And they will face one of the other losers. You get me? And I think they would be good enough by then to qualify. All right. So, but I think it's going to be tough for Jamaica to get through this group. Very, very tough. Very, very tough in my estimation still. But we will talk about it soon. So, thanks. Bell against Antonio. Yeah, man, we're going to look at it as well. DJ Gigs, massive respect. So, people, thanks yet again. I'm going to keep on updating you guys with contents. Massive respect, Juras, Jason. Know you're at work. I still try to check in. Everyone that checks in, hit the like button, keep on supporting the content. Big up, big up. All right?
Yeah, man. Bless up, Virgin.
All right, yeah, man. Take care, Juras. All right, so people, bye bye. Smash the like button on your way out, share and subscribe. Peace out.